Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Good afternoon, welcome. We are so pleased to have everyone here to continue our observance of Yom Kippur. Many of you know who we are, some of you do not, and so I thought it would be good to introduce everyone that's here. This is Rabbi Rachel Heaps.
And this is Rabbi Paul Cohen.
Thank you. This is Mr. Matt Rissian, the Director of Congregational Learning at Temple Jeremiah. And this is Ms. Erin Levine, who is our Young Family Engagement Director. That's 2 in a row, I've got it right. This is so good. And this is Steve Kleiman, who is the President of our congregation.
Testing, there we go. Shana Tova. As Rabbi said, I'm Steve Kleiman. I have the honor and privilege of serving as president of our Temple Jeremiah community. Happy to be here on such a beautiful day. This is by far my most favorite service. There's no prayer book. We get a story in a little while. It's wonderful to see all the smiling faces. It's also wonderful to know that our Temple Jeremiah community has a very bright future, seeing this next generation coming to Temple and starting their Jewish foundation. I wish you all a wonderful year, a year of health, happiness, learning, lots of laughter, and looking around the room, maybe a little patience. Happy, healthy New Year.
We're going to continue together with a song that just helps us understand how wonderful it is to be all together. Hinei ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad.
How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day.
How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad.
There we go. As we enter this holy space today, we are thankful for a gift from God. Together, on Yom Kippur, God gives us the gift of a second chance. Whether on purpose or by accident, this year, we have all made mistakes. We have hurt our parents and our grandparents, our siblings, our friends and loved ones. Together, Yom Kippur is a time to look back at our mistakes and learn from them. Today is our chance to tell God that we are ready for a change. So I have a question for you for this morning. What do you want to apologize for this year? What do you want to apologize for this year? Do I have time to do a couple answers? Great. I'm going to take a couple answers. So I'll hand up right here. What do you want to apologize for this year?
Being mean to my sister.
Being mean to a sibling. All right, I'm going to take 2 more answers.
To be nice to my friends.
All right, so we want to make a promise this year to be nicer to our friends. What do you want to apologize for this year?
To be nicer to my parents.
All right, apologizing for being not so nice to our parents, and we're going to be a little nicer this year.
It happens.
It does happen. All these things happen. All right, and let's move on to our next prayer.
אני לפניך, מלך חי וקיים, מודה. אני
לפניך, מלך חי וקיים. שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה. רבה אמונתך. As I start my day, these words I pray. I thank you for the soul in me. I sing to you, Moda Ani. I thank you for the soul in me. I sing to you, Moda Ani.
Every day holds the beauty and wonder of the first day of creation. The high holy days remind us that new beginnings are precious and powerful. Together.
On
this day, we begin our service with gratitude. We thank Adonai, the source of blessings, for the opportunity to start a new page of our individual stories. We will work with Adonai and one another to open eyes and our hearts to new ideas, bring freedom to all people. Stand strong and together against injustice. Celebrate the image of God found in every person. Give of ourselves to strengthen our communities. Empower all people by honoring their voices. We thank you, Adonai, for these opportunities to bring blessings into this world. We thank you, Adonai, for filling this moment with potential.
Please rise as you are able for Baruch Hu.
God's love stretches. From top to bottom, it stretches and grows and melds the beginning and the end. God's love reaches. From start to finish, it reaches and spreads, forgetting just where it began. God's love teaches. With stories and laws and rules and prayers, it teaches us best how to live. In love, we listen. We too can stretch. We too can reach. And we too can teach as we seek in the year ahead. Wrap us in your peace like a great big talit. Hold us close with this prayer in your love. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot.
We take a deep breath. We close our eyes and open our hearts and our ears to hear God's love in the world. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
During the holiest days of our year, we renew our promise to stand up for what is right.
We will not stand with our feet frozen to the ground and our arms limp by our sides.
We will not stay silent when our voice is needed.
We will not hide.
We will not walk away. When people are sad, we will comfort them. When people are mean, we will stop them. When someone is hungry, we will feed them. When someone is cold, we will find them shelter.
When
there are tears, we will dry them. When there are hopes, we will support them. We know how slavery and sadness feel. We renew our promise this day to not stand idly by when others are suffering. We renew our promise this day to bring all people into our song of freedom.
As we enter towards our Amida part of the service, we want to remind everyone that there are special prayers that we add in during this time of year. And so while we do what we normally do, you will also find slides that have words in the yellow or gray that we will add in as well. Please rise.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Ve'konei Hakol Ve'zocher Chastei Avot ve'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Zoreinu Lechaim Melech Hafetz
בחיים וכותבנו בספר החיים למענך אלוהים חיים. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. מי כמוך אל הרחמים, זוכר יצורה, לחיים ברחמים. ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. You may be seated.
So for those sitting out in the sun, there are some seats here in the front if you'd like to be in the shade. If you're comfortable where you are, stay right where you are. But there are seats under the tent as well.
On Rosh Hashanah it is written, and on Yom Kippur it is sealed. But throughout the year, the book of life is open, and the choices we make leave a mark on our world.
And so we ask ourselves and each other,
who will choose to live a good life, whose hands will cause hurt, and whose hands will help heal.
Who will speak up and who will be silent? Who will be wise enough to learn from others?
Who will be strong enough to make good choices? Who will be greedy and who will be grateful?
Who will break people down and who will build people up? Who will choose to be a blessing? And on that note, we have another question for everybody to think about. So the question that we have for all of you is, how are you a blessing? So we're going to come around. If a few people want to share, go ahead.
I won't exclude my friends.
All right, by not excluding our friends. Anybody over here? Yeah.
I am a blessing because I am a good friend.
All right, she's a good friend.
I'm loving and I love people.
All right, we'll do one last one.
Loving people.
Go ahead, more. Kind to animals.
I'm kind to animals.
All right, so we've got animals and friends. All right, and on the count of 3, everybody say how you are a blessing. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful.
When we put all those blessings together, when we get to experience them every day, we call that shalom. And so we ask God to place that shalom on us, on all we love, and on every person in the world. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha, sim, shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Yada da 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 take these next few moments for our own silent prayers.
God is like a king. God is like a queen. Avinu Malkeinu helps us compare God to things we understand.
God is like all these things, and God is more than all these things.
Avinu Malkeinu, our parent and ruler, source of our life, we ask that you hear our prayers.
Fill us with inspiration to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with you, our God.
May we be like Shifra and Pua, who refused to be bullied and acted justly, and acted unjustly in an unjust and dangerous world.
May we be like Batya, the daughter of Pharaoh, who acted compassionately toward a helpless child, using her privilege to protect the most vulnerable.
May we be like Moses, who admitted his weaknesses and asked for help so that he could be a leader.
May we be like Jethro, who was able to see righteousness in another and provided wise and generous counsel.
May we be like Zipporah, who acted quickly when faced with danger to protect those whom she loved.
May we be like Yocheved, the first of Moses' mothers, who acted to save what she valued most.
May we be like Miriam, who was brave and intelligent, and whose love made her a protector.
May we find within ourselves the strength of our ancestors. May we use that strength to help create a just future. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu Vaneinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu Vaneinu, Ki ein banu masim, Aseh imanu, Tzedakah v'chesed, Aseh imanu, Tzedakah v'chesed, ve'oshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu Vaneinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu Vaneinu, Ki ein banu masim.
As we prepare for the Torah service, we invite you to rise as you are able.
Al shlosha divarim ha'olam omed. Al shlosha divarim ha'olam omed. Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut hasadim. Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut hasadim. Al shlosha divarim,
Al shlosha divarim,
al shlosha divarim ha'olam omed. Al shlosha divarim, al shlosha divarim ha'olam omed. Al shlosha divarim.
So the magic number is 5. What's the magic number?
5.
Excellent. How many books are there in the Torah? Excellent. The last book of the Torah is called Deuteronomy. Our Torah portion for Yom Kippur comes from the book of Deuteronomy. The portion is called Nitzavim. And Aaron is going to be chanting from the opening verses of Nitzavim. And Nitzavim, all of the Torah portions are very important. Nitzavim is super important because it has a message for us today in this moment. What the words mean, Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem, you are standing here this day, all of you, okay? Now this day is talking about the day more than 3,500 years ago when Moses and the children of Israel were standing at the foot of Mount Sinai. Are you standing at the foot of Mount Sinai? No, that was not a trick question. No, you are not standing at the foot of Mount Sinai. You are sitting comfortably in a tent in a parking lot in Northfield, Illinois. But, in some way, we were included in what was happening at Mount Sinai because God says the covenant, this instruction that I'm giving you this day, the Torah, is for everybody that was there in that moment. Everybody. From the oldest to the youngest, men and women, children, people who were there, who were helping and were working there, people, everybody. And God says, not only with those who are standing here in this moment, but those who are not standing here that moment. And guess what? That's all of us. That's all of us. All of us are responsible for following the instructions that are in the Torah, the instructions of how to be a blessing in our world, how to bring smiles to faces, how to be kind and generous and respectful, how to look out for those who are in need, right? How to be an upstander when you see something that is wrong, to say something about it, to try and do something about it. That's what is included in the instruction. That's what we're all included in. And so this afternoon, on Yom Kippur, we remind ourselves of this responsibility with this Torah portion.
Baruchu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Vahed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melatan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Notein HaTorah.
Amen. Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem lifnei Adonai Elohechem Rishechem, Shivtechem, Ziknechem, Veshirtechem, Kol Ish Yisrael, Tabchem, Nishechem, V'gerhecha, Asher Bekerev Machanecha, Mechote Veitzecha, Ad She'ev Mimecha, Le'averacha Bevrit, Adonai Elohecha Uvalato, Asher Adonai Elohecha Kerot Imcha Hayom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. So with the Torah out before us, we have an opportunity to think of people who are in need of healing. It might be something that's a physical thing. It might be something that is inside us. And it may even be we ourselves who are in need of this healing. And so if there's somebody that you're thinking of and you'd like to say their name out loud, I would invite you to stand up and to say the name of the person or people that you are thinking of. We'll start over here. We join together in this prayer for healing. Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
As we prepare to return the Torah to the ark, we invite you to rise as you are able.
Shalom, 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 shalom. Is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Please be seated. This next part of our worship is called Vidui. It is a confessional. It's time to share the wrongs that we committed during this past year. And it is a list, and you may see yourself in some of these things and you may not. But we all recognize that we are here to support one another, to give strength to one another, and to be a community, to be as one. Al chet shechatanu lifanecha. For all these wrongs, O God, we ask your forgiveness. For the wrong that we have committed before you with a confused heart.
For the wrong that we have committed before you by lying.
For the wrong that we have committed before you by making excuses.
For the wrong that we have committed before you without meaning to do so.
For the wrong that we have committed before you by being unkind to others. Sometimes we miss the mark or we don't. Try our best. Sometimes we miss the mark on purpose, sometimes by accident. Sometimes we miss the mark by not caring, and sometimes by being mean.
Sometimes we miss the mark by acting like we are better than others, and sometimes by not listening.
Sometimes we miss the mark by telling lies, and sometimes hurting people's feelings.
Sometimes we miss the mark by being selfish, and sometimes by losing our temper.
God, none of us is perfect. We remember the times we have missed the mark so that the next time we can do better. Forgive us and help us try harder.
Help us to learn from our mistakes. Help us to be the best people we can be.
Okay, this is not an easy task. So I want to ask you, how do you want to do better next year? What is the one thing, right? Because there are lots of things, but think of the thing that immediately comes to your mind. I want to try and do this. I want to be better in this way. How do you want to be better? How do you want to be better?
I want to be a better sister.
A better sister. Awesome, awesome. We're going to keep coming around. How do you want to be better this year? How do you want to be better? Yeah? How are you going to be better?
I want to be more patient.
Ah, good. Want to be more patient. How do you want to be better?
Not lose my temper.
Ah, not lose your temper. That's an excellent way to be better. All right, I'm going to come over to this side of the room. How do you want to be better? How do you want to be better? How do you want to be better? How do you want to be better?
By being nicer to my sister.
Ah, that's a good thing. How do you feel about that? You feel pretty good about that? Yeah, good. How do you want to be better?
Be nicer to my family.
Be nicer to your family. Awesome. There are lots of ways. How do you want to be better? Not lying to your friends. How do you want to be better?
Being a kind and respectful person.
Being a kind and respectful person. This is awesome. Okay, so on the count of shalosh, which is Hebrew for 3, we're all going to say how we want to be better. Echad, shtayim, shalosh. I have a feeling we're going to have a better year. This is really good. Okay. We invite you now to rise as you are able for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tekru l'yotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Thank you. Seated. So when we gather together, and especially today, as we're thinking about the ways that we can be better, to think about the ways that we missed the mark this past year and what we want to do better, it gives us a chance also to think of the people who have been a really important part of our lives and have helped us to be better people. People who have passed away from our lives, but that we continue to think about. We continue to think about them. We continue to hold their memories in our hearts. And so I'd like to invite you, if you feel comfortable, and there's somebody's name that you would like to mention who has passed away that you're thinking of in this moment, I invite you to rise and share the name of your loved one now. Zichronam Nevacha. May the memory of the righteous always be for a blessing. And together, I invite you to rise as you are able, as we recite the mourner's Kaddish, Kaddish Yatom. Yitkadal v'kadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach l'rutei v'amlich
malchutei, v'chayachon uv'yom uv'chayed kol Beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Da'miram v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ve'imru
May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort to all who are bereaved among us. And together we say, Amen. Please be seated.
Alrighty, so I have a few announcements for you. Firstly, I hope you will join us for our Sukkot Festival on October 1st. We'll start the morning at JQuest, doing some cool social action projects and things. So it's going to be an awesome social action morning, followed immediately after, right out here in this parking lot with a Sukkot Festival. We'll have some games, a blow-up slide. It's going to be some snacks. It's going to be lots of fun. I highly encourage everyone to join us. The Sukkot Festival itself starts at about 10:30, 10:45. Additionally, where does that QR code lead them to? Great. This QR code leads you to our website so you can view some of the other amazing things such as our Sukkot Festival. Also, keep an eye out for emails from me about upcoming youth group events. We have a couple youth group events, and the first one will be for Club 345, I believe, at the end of October. So keep an eye to your inbox for emails from me. I'm missing something. I don't remember. Great. So I think that about covers it. And again, this QR code will lead you to our website, which you can always go to and look at our calendar to see all of the amazing things that are happening. Okay, great. I have another question for you. And this question, how will you make the world better next year? How are you going to make the world better? I'm going to try to go towards the back because we haven't gotten some of those. How are you going to make the world better?
Cleaning up trash.
Cleaning up trash. That's awesome. How are you going to make the world better? Cleaning up trash. How are you going to... No, you didn't. That's okay. Don't worry about it. All right. I'm going to kind of head in this direction. I'm coming in. All right. How are you going to make the world better? Do you have a hand up? No? Okay, great. How are you going to make the world better this year?
Using less water.
Using less water.
Raise money for Larry's book bank.
Oh, raising money for a book bank. That's amazing. All right, let's see if I can get to you boys back over there. I see you. This will be fun. Walking around. Doing great. I'm coming. All right, how are you two going to make the world better this year?
By picking up trash. By drinking more water, so not wasting it.
By drinking more water and not wasting it. Okay, last two right here.
Be kind to everyone. Donate to charity.
Being kind, donating. I lied. One more.
Being helpful.
And being helpful. Okay, on the count of three, I want to hear nice and loud how you're all going to make the world a better place. Echad, shtaim, shalosh. Wow, we're going to have an awesome year based on all of those things. That is amazing. I love it. All righty. All right. At this point, please, anyone who is sounding the shofar, please come on up, which is not on my sheet. Alex and Emma. Alex and Emma, if you can come on up.
And we are going to bless the shofar all together. Please rise as you are able.
There it is, I found it.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lishmoa kol shofar. Let's all do this call together on three. 1, 2. Hang on. Go back. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Tekiah Gedolah.
Yasher Koach.
I I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Let's do all the calls together. Tekiah, Shivarim, True. Big breath. Tekiah Gedolah. Who can hold theirs the longest? I don't know. Emma and Alex went pretty long. No breathing. God will know. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, 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 happy New Year.
Sometimes it's hard to find things. Sometimes it's hard to find the things that we're looking for, that we look our best in, and the things that we want to make better, the things that we want to do differently. And so to help, you will each get a Temple Jeremiah magnifying glass to find those hard to see transgressions that we all have. So make sure that you get your own Temple Jeremiah magnifying glass to magnify the good in our world. Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu v'Imotenu, our God and God of our mothers and our fathers. We thank you for our lives and all that makes them good. We thank you especially for this opportunity to observe Yom Kippur, this Day of Atonement. Help us to make this year a better year by correcting our mistakes and learning from them, by building on our successes and making them even better and stronger. Help us to bring blessing into the lives of our family, our friends, our community, and into our world, to make this new year of 5,784 the best year yet. Shana Tova
Shana Tova.
U'Mitzuka.